I have a question for all of the people that are attempting to shame Black people who are choosing to vote for presidential candidate Kamala Harris. For those individuals that are trying to shame Black people who are choosing to vote against a full fascist takeover and Project 2025, I got some questions. My first question: how many of you are going to take up arms and rise up to protect Black people from hateful, violent racists in this country? In addition to protecting them from just the regular, everyday, hateful, violent racist, how many of you are going to rise up and take up arms to protect Black people from the hateful, violent racists that are police officers? Because Donald Trump has told these police officers that he plans to give them full immunity. Full immunity. So how many of you are going to take up arms and rise up to protect Black people? My next question: Donald Trump gets into the White House and Project 2025 is fully implemented, how many of you are going to employ Black people? If Donald Trump is in office, then that means Project 2025 has been fully implemented, which means DEI is out the window. What little bit we had left of affirmative action is gone. The protections that Black people had are gone, which means employers can now discriminate against an employee for race, religion, sexual orientation, which means Black people will be fired. How many of you are going to step up to ensure that Black people continue to receive a paycheck? And I'm not talking about minimum wage. I don't make minimum wage. How many of you are going to ensure that Black people are able to continue to draw a salary so that they can continue to live? My next question: how many of you are going to step up to make sure that Black children are able to continue their education in this country? If Donald Trump is president and Project 2025 has been fully implemented, that means the Department of Education is gone, which means the rules and regulations, the federal funding, all of that is gone. The protections are gone. And Donald Trump has fully implemented the American Academy in states all across the country, cities and states all across the country, which means the only thing being taught is a biblical curriculum, which also means that Black people won't be allowed to attend these academies. So how many of you are going to step up in a teacher role to make sure that Black people, Black children are properly educated? One more question: how many of you are going to put money on the table to ensure that the elderly are able to continue to pay their rent, their mortgage, get their medications, get the things that they need, food? How are you going to do that? Because Republicans has made it clear, and Project 2025 has made it clear that they plan to cut all of these programs. How many of you are going to step up to make sure that these things continue to happen? How many of you are going to step up, put your lives on the line for Black people who no longer have rights and protections in this country? Don't worry, I already know the answer. None of you will. Hell, you won't even step into a voting booth to protect Black people. So I'm clear that you won't do any of this to ensure that Black people can continue to live in this country. The unmitigated gall that you all have to try to shame Black people who are trying to protect themselves.